The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Snap towards the Super Bowl begins. We're off in the first of 4 divisional round games. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Okay, ready?
Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14.
Let's go. Let's go.
He's going to throw this one. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Ready?
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. He's going to throw it. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Pass play coming here. Chased out to his right. He finds his running back on a deep shot. Nicely done. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he can do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sense him out into one of those spots out wide.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
60 bikes, 60 bikes. Here we go.
Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Get it. Steady.
They're going to try and throw it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So they send out the field goal units and try for 3 on this one. This will be a 44-yard look.
it's a good start to this one, Kate. Not just individually for the kicker to be accurate in his first kick, but to really invigorate this home crowd and to take that lead on the opening drive.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. His return starts at the 5. Things going well so far. They're going to track him down, but a nice effort in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
First down, and they go right back to it. Where's the intensity we expect in the playoffs? The defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line. The play fake. Now Herbert to throw. That one's complete. Amari on Hampton. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Set.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
The motion receiver left. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. He goes to the hurry up here. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Gets it to the 15, and he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Each round of the playoffs, Brock, getting some early points becomes more and more important. And they're on the board here in the divisional round.
Pretty tricky round for a lot of teams to get through, which makes some early momentum, to your point, all the more valuable. They're doing all they can to avoid getting tripped up before that conference title affair.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35.
Okay, ready?
Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. I'll start with a give to Jones. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 7-3 now.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
60 Eagles. Here we go. Set.
Pass play now. side into the hands of Dell. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Ready! Ready!
Looking in the air here. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now.
Come on, come on. Set! Panther 60. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. Go!
Working now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Let's go now.
From the gun, Jones gets it. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. They're throwing it. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. And this is another incompletion.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that cuts the lead back down to a lower point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers. And here they go to send it away. Fielded at the 7. This makes it up to the 25. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. That one's complete over the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers a first down. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Running it with Hampton. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
play fake. It's Herbert. Coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Well, the Chargers were the first to get to that one, so it'll stay with them. So that's the end of one in this AFC Divisional Round contest. The Chargers have an early lead. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. So they keep the football, but now they face second and long. Putting a receiver in motion. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Called in by Lane. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
21. Five nine. Let's go. Let's go.
Herbert here, third and long. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First and 10, Herbert. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Slot man's in motion right. Working inside the red zone. This is caught near the pylon. Ooh, and he's not going to score, but they're just a yard away now as this sets up first and goal.
Jake, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal.
Set.
Herbert lost the football. And it looks like, yes, they say Steeler football.
Gosh, we have seen these quarterbacks make some incredible plays from here to reach the end zone. That was certainly not one of them. Careless with the football, left an opening for those defenders to knock it free and escape without surrendering any points.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Go. Steady.
Working from his end zone. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw. This is Metcalf working that right side. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Steelers have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Here's ETN on first down. Going in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10. Setting up to throw. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. He's hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. That's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Throw here, third down. It's caught Metcalf. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be fourth down. Dose of the hurry-up offense here.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
They're going to try with Etienne. That'll be the first and more. He has this down to the 34. Forget that was fourth down. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup on any play. That gets him a first down.
These situations, Kate, have turned into such like a boomer bust, an all-or-nothing mindset. Either you're going to stun that run right at the point of attack, or you're going to run the risk of letting it get out just like that.
Ready.
To the air now on first and 10. Buys time, rolling right. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up second down.
Playing zone coverage in the NFL, we focus so much on the safeties and corners, but so many times it's the linebackers that are the X factors. They make that zone defense go. Tremendous awareness to knock that ball away.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, second and 10.
Come on. Set. Cowboy 80.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. He's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have third and 2.
On the jump. Get it. Ready.
There he is on third and short. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And now they're left with fourth and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Okay, ready.
That field goal unit is still on the sidelines. They are going for this.
Ready.
Fourth down. They're going to throw for it. He's got it complete to Reed. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They stun this defense. They pick up 14 on fourth, and they pick up the first down, too.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route, too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack them only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here we go. Start. 70 Timberwolves.
Now, not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10.
Ready, ready.
They'll give this up the middle to Etienne. And he has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers get some late points and the lead. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Steelers push their lead to 6. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Herbert gets this one against him. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Herbert now off the play fake. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. Two great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for third down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
To the right, pulled in by McConkey. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. First down from the 42.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Hampton gets the handoff. He's got a gain of 6 there. Sanker in from the secondary, making that stop.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Hampton. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away.
2-yard gain on the play.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. That one's good to McConkey. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
First down.
Hey, Ram.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Escapes the pocket. Walking the tightrope there, but he makes the grab and bound. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Herbert throwing again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Jalen Lane, the one he was looking for. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
35-yard line.
Crowd right.
Now Herbert again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Herbert to throw once more. Caught inbounds downfield. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
From the red zone now. That one's complete, right side. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, you give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
And it's caught in the end zone for the LA touchdown. The Chargers tie it just before halftime. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route, just like a receiver would. It's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Throwing from the gun here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. First down now, ball at the 33.
First down at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, ETN gets it. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
Here's a throw. And it is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take the lead just before halftime. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And that is a crunching hit that ends our opening half. Half the battle complete, Brock, as we resume play here. A spot in our AFC Championship on the line. This return starts at the 5. Things going well so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
That's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this third phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
Herbert on first down. He's got Hampton underneath. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he won't be able to take it all the way. Got close, though, out of bounds just shy of that 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
Set. Ready.
Working inside the red zone. On the move, headed right. Caught just shy of the goal line. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
It's Hampton on second. Good defensive stand here. They push him away from the goal line. That's back to the 4.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Set. Ready. Set.
He finds it right side. That is an LA touchdown. The Chargers tie this game up. Matt McConkey with a touchdown. Point after up and good from Bates. And they'll take the lead.
Steelers 28.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And they're on the 35-yard line.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll come out throwing. Left side into the hands of Dell. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Cougar 19. Ready.
Inside handoff goes to ETN. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Ready, set.
Nickel look by the Chargers here. 3rd down.
Ready, go.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Force that to his right. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chargers will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Well, no doubt they envision that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half.
And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers parlay the interception into points. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10.
Come on. Set.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. One's up there, but a little too far up there. Not on the same page with his tight end. So 2nd down coming up.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Ready.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. Gets him on a quick hitter. And he is stopped with authority there. But that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that 1st down. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
45-yard line.
Lightning, 18. Ready. 60 Eagles. 60. Ready.
Dropping back to throw. Escapes the pocket. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Short pass brought in. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Still sticking with the passing game. Finds the in route complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it sets up 2nd down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Go.
Sticking to the air here. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Let's go.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And he will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Matt Fryermuth, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Mike Tomlin, never afraid to go for 2, has his offense out to do just that.
Let's go. Cowboy.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And they draw just the right throw, and it ties this game for them. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the 2nd half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? You know who Steven is?
No, go ahead. Take it.
I know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Chargers getting set. 1st and 10.
21.
Herbert now off the play fake. Got a lock behind this one. Downfield it goes. He's got it inside the 25. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
He was covered by Patrick Queen.
Hampton trying the left side. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers take a 3rd quarter lead. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock, and how about that effort there to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on the stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop. Because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Brown with a return here. And he's out a little short of the 30.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. First down, play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
I love a good bootleg just like every other quarterback does. And bootlegs are most effective, Kate, when you're running at first and you deceive that defense. But if you're not running it, or it's a poor fake, or you got a defense that is sound, well, you have the opportunity to get hit in the face in less than 2 seconds, just like that.
Ready, ready.
Second down pass play coming. Into the hands of his running back, ETN. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ready, ready.
First and 10, looking to throw. Going for Freiermuth, but it's intercepted. There he goes on the right side. And he's making the house call. Pick 6 for Los Angeles. Went to the oh-well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future. They had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready,
The
break.
Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, first and 10.
Ready.
Back to work they go after the interception. On it quick, and they bring it down. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Go.
I'll throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
It's his running back. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first. Only 1 quarter left before we send one of these teams to the AFC title game. It's the Steelers with it and trailing. Their postseason in jeopardy. Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Back to throw now. Put some heat on this deep ball. Brought in inside the 20. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. First down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Let's go.
In the red zone now. He's got it. It's in close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Break. Let's go.
They'll run. ETN. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a microwave.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers now within 1 score in the 4th. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Steelers 35.
just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this gets out to the 30 before he stopped.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
LA offense all set. Here's first and 10. Here's Hampton, open and drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. Here's Herbert. Oh no, he lost control of another one. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And they retain possession, so that's positive. But that's the end of them, Brock. They've lost yardage on that fumble. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Well, they got the football back, Brock, but things don't look much better. It's third and long.
Let's go. Back 80, black. Go. Set.
Here he goes, third and long. A quick slant, here's McConkey. Picked up a good chunk, but they stop him shy of the first. It's fourth and short. Working quickly here. Looking to throw. They did it! He made the interception! Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers have some new life in the fourth.
That's just a bad decision, Franklin. And really, as a quarterback in this moment of the game, you got to know it's not a time to take a risk. Cannot be throwing out life preservers and giving that other team, your opponent, a chance like he just did.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throwing deep here for the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
On second down, it's ETN. He cuts it to the right sideline. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal.
Okay, ready? Back goal 80.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
From the red zone on first. He's got it. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers now trail by just a point in the fourth. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. As this at the 6. Things going well so far. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line.
Hey, maybe in the end this return just gets lost in the shuffle when we recap things, Kate. But you surrender a lead in the fourth quarter and you feel that momentum being lost. That's exactly what excellent special teams do. They turn it around. It's why that third phase is coached and coached and coached. Because you never know when your opportunity may arise. What a great return to begin this drive.
Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to be good for an LA first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. First and 10, Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down at the 30. A gain of 15 there. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. When he don't close quickly, he can take it to the house.
And he's tackled for a short gain.
I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Herbert to throw once more. Completed to his running back. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Herbert took out wide, complete. And a massive hit near the goal line to keep him out of the end zone.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Setting up to pass. Oh my goodness, it's intercepted! And the Steelers will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
Well, they're in danger going back to somebody who's already done damage in this game. He makes himself, well, he's a top target, but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Complete to Dell. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Steelers have a 1st down. Quite the start to that drive, huh, partner? First play sets him up at the 38. Back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Chargers are going to opt for a 50B 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
They'll run here. ETN. This gets the 1st and more. Now he's past the 25. And this is all the way to the 13-yard line.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10.
Crack all 80. Let's go.
ETN again. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. And there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this first and goal.
70, Timberwolves. Let's go.
ETN. Can't bypass that line. They stop him at the 3. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time. Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
This one winds up as a touchback, so they're going to have one final snap to work with.
Their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Here he goes, one final shot. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. He's got it inside the 25. So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And they're on through the playoffs has reached the penultimate stop on the tracks. The conference championship game next week. And they're going to need the same type of effort from this game, Brock, to carry forward to reach the end of the line and earn that Super Bowl appearance. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.